So all sectors, government, as you rightly said, that government's thrust is on creating the manufacturing hub, manufacturing park. So those things are going to happen. Yes.
Actually, अगर हम इसको एक दूसरे words में देखें तो especially those people who have lost their jobs or who have been uh, having taken a hit on their salaries should expect कि आज शायद थोड़ा gloomy है but things look brighter especially in the future. We have got Pradeep today, who is a chartered accountant and has been practicing for more than 2 decades now. So he has been practicing with a lot of listed entities which are listed on share markets and along with professionals like doctors and lawyers. He also has a team of more than 10 people under his organization who helps him out, and he also led a team in the internal audit and statutory audits of various listed companies with turnovers up to 2000 crores. He has he also provide consultancy on accounting matters. One thing which nobody knows about Pradeep is that he's like a swimming duck who swims in the water, calm and composed upar se, but paddling furiously underneath the water. Isn't it, Pradeep?
Thank you for the introduction. I am more humble by your introduction. I don't know what what to say about paddling below very fast. But yes, whatever has to be done with passion. So that has to be there. And I heard you are, carrying out boot camp for fundamental analysis. So I wish you all the best for that thing. I am sure you are going to, do it with all zeal and with all success. So all the best, all the success for the boot camp.
Thank you so much, Pradeep. Thank you so much. And guys, let me just share the link in the comment section also, so that if you wish to register for the bootcamp and get a bit of information, you can just check on the comment section. Okay, so now let me take the all stages, all eyes towards Dharmishta. So let me introduce her to you guys. Dharmishta has more than 18 years of experience, a blended experience of finance as well as investment advisory. She's one-stop window for all your personal as well as your investment needs. So personal finance के साथ वो investment को भी take care करती हैं. And अगर मैं एक चीज के बारे में उनके बारे में बात करने लगूँ, that about her achievements, तो ये पूरा शो खत्म हो जाएगा, बट धर्मिष्ठा की अचीवमेंट्स खत्म नहीं होंगी. और एक चीज जो nobody knows about her, that she has done so many certifications like LUTCF USA, कि मेरी टंग में ट्विस्ट आ गया था when I was practicing the introduction for धर्मिष्ठा. तो मैंने सोचा भाई इसको थोड़ा होल्ड कर लेते हैं, this would be difficult for me. So welcome on the show धर्मिष्ठा. I believe you are on mute, DBS. हम प्यार से धर्मिष्ठा को DBS बुलाते हैं.
अच्छा, राइट. कभी-कभी बोलती बंद हो जाती है. So thank you so much, Rahul, for having invited us into your awesome platform, and best wishes for your boot camp. I've heard a lot about your analysis, the fundamental analysis, the share market, what all you do. Heard a lot from the network also. So stay blessed. Keep helping people mint the so-called Crorepati bank, and then they come to us for investment.
Thank you so much, Dharmishta. Thank you so much. This is lovely. Okay, so coming back to our questions, which I have for both of you. First question is for you, Pradeep. So मेरे को जो एक चीज अभी थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं आ रही है, and I think a lot of people are also asking me कि what do you think the current economic scenario of the country is like, कि आपका उस बारे में क्या पर्सनल अपना पर्सपेक्टिव है?
राहुल, पर्सनल पर्सपेक्टिव से ज्यादा डेटा होना जरूरी है. और अगर आपने देखा होगा तो अभी हमारा फिस्कल डेटा भी बाहर आया था, तो डेफिनेटली फिस्कल डेफिसिट हैज increased to a great extent, 9.2, and it was definitely expected also that this year fiscal deficit is going to increase, considering this whatever has been the scenario, and lockdowns and other things. So businesses have got disrupted all over world. So what has happened in the world has happened to us, and therefore current scenario, if we see, is not looking good, looking like a bit of negative. But if you see other way, uh, our GST collection uh, uh, has increased up to 1.44 crore, which was unexpected. Although there are so many disruptions in the business, still the GST collection has reached to such a huge level, and that is a big achievement. And all those things are because of government's active steps towards, uh, you can say, blocking the leakages in the system. So a lot of blockages have been stopped in the system, and that has created a huge revenue for government. At the same time, even the subsidy burden has reduced because of the technological use. So over a period of time, government is going to definitely gain a lot, and definitely when government revenue increases, the money comes into the system by way of infrastructure development. तो जो हम आज देख रहे हैं वो सिनारियो अभी के लिए बराबर है, लेकिन अगर फ्यूचर की बात करें तो फ्यूचर के लिए सिनारियो बहुत ब्राइट है, पॉजिटिव है. तो ये मेरा टेक है. आज जीडीपी हमारी रिड्यूस हो चुकी है, लेकिन ये कहा जाता है कि 2030 तक ये 5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी हो जाएगी. अगर ये 5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी हो जाती है तो आज की तारीख में ये 2 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी है. एंड इफ दिस इज going to increase, definitely GDP, with that, per capita income of everyone is going to increase. Yes, there would be disruptions in the businesses because of technological advancement. So ये मेरा take है कि yes, something new to be created, there has to be certain distractions also.
Okay, this sounds very interesting to me कि अगर कुछ नया बनाना है तो एक डिस्ट्रैक्शन जरूरी है. our coach also says that creation comes from chaos. So I think ये वो chaos है which will lead us to a creation. Fantastic.
Definitely.
So with so much of chaos around us, Dharmishta, right? And last year, if I go about our data, we have seen that more than 40% of people took out their provident funds, PF जिसको हम कहते हैं, लॉकडाउन की वजह से, और jobs नहीं है and all that stuff. What do you think people should do in these times to manage their homes, especially? क्योंकि किचन को आज की डेट में मैनेज करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो गया लोगों के लिए.
This is a very good question, Rahul. Getting to the roots is very important, and the roots definitely start from the home. Your data analysis is absolutely correct too. Our client have come up with questions saying that in case we liquidate our investments, what next are we creating for the future? That is why we always say that have your investments diversified such that, God forbid, ever an emergency comes in, there is a contingency fund. Now, this emergency could be in way of the 3 Ds, that is disease, disability, or death. There are situations where people have even lost their job in the current scenario. So, we highly recommend in the times to come, always have diversification of our investment. Another alternative is create a second income, a third income. Passive income is also one of the ways of ensuring that you generate a component of an emergency fund or an investment where over a period of time your financial goals are addressed and the current investments need not be liquidated ever in life.
So Dharmishta, you talked about passive investments. So can you just guide, मतलब हमारे कुछ viewers को आप बता पाएंगे कि what kind of passive investments, especially in times like these, people can go for, और वो उन सब scenarios को आज की डेट में देख पाएं?
एक है मास्टर के पास जाइए और वो है हमारे राहुल. He will start from the root. He will start a small investment, and over a period of time, he will ensure that the fruit is that one gets after a decade or so is a substantial amount to look in for. There are various stages of life that one goes through. Here,
Okay.
I'm talking about the financial stages of life. One
Hmm.
is where I start my income. One that I have a midlife, and over a period of time, I plan to take up a loan or a liability. And then the last stage comes when I want to close down all my liabilities and ensure that a smooth sail to retirement is happening. Passive income, as the question you said, is stock market investment. Another way of creating a passive income is I may be coming from a job background. Let me invest my hard earned money, a part of my saving, to grow somebody else's business. Similar to share market investment, but here my risk factor is between an individual to individual. So
Okay.
let's say an entrepreneur wants some funding to his business. We have a lot of connects of entrepreneurs who want funding for their business. A mutual agreement is signed and periodic investment can be done, whether it's yearly or a target, a period of term so thought about.
Hmm. Hmm.
There
Hmm.
are various ways of passive income. Some things can be customized one to one, but mota moti 2-3 key points are just what I discussed.
So if I take it correctly, though, it's always better कि besides your salaried income, if you are salary classed, or your business income, in case you are an entrepreneur, आपको एक पैसिव इनकम पैरेलली होनी बहुत जरूरी है, so that in times like these you are saved from a lot of difficulties going forward.
Absolutely, because there are times when people always plan for the ups of life, marriage,
Right.
childbirth. I always love to plan for my first birthday for my child. Agreed. Please have all those planning in place. Could be even an upgradation of my assets, my car. But then what am I even creating for the future is very important. So an alternate income answers majority of the questions or goals that we plan to set for the future.
Sounds very interesting. So alternate income होना बहुत 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 जरूरी है. And I think I personally agree with this, Dharmishta, for one specific reason that I had my own travel business and which went into doldrums during lockdown, right? Last year. And then I realized now कि had I been not investing in share market, which came as a hobby during my college days, this would may have been a difficult time even for me. So I actually agree with what you currently say. So Pradeep, another question for you now that जैसे धर्मिष्ठा ने भी बताया that people are losing job, right? With people losing job and growth of the country and going in the downward direction. But अगर हम उसके against share market को देखते हैं तो it's going up, which is for a common man like us, हमारे लिए थोड़ा सा मतलब समझना बड़ा मुश्किल है. It doesn't make sense कि share market कहीं जा रहा है, डाउन ग्रोथ जो इंडिया की वो कहीं और आ रही है. सो हाउ लॉन्ग डू यू थिंक कि इस टाइप का कंफ्यूजन चलता रहेगा?
Rahul, good question. Most of people are confused this way only. Not just people, even we were confused in the initial beginning period. Okay, the market is going in one way, the economy is going another way. So what is happening? Why it is happening? So series of news or series of events which had come across the this period showed that there are some changes, certain things which is happening at government level which we are not able to see, which we are not able to perceive. uh, we feel that everything is going bad, so nobody is doing anything. Okay, but the first statement which came in and around October, I am not able to remember exactly, but that was the period when suddenly share market started moving up 1,000 points and 2,000 points projects. And Piyush Goyal made a statement saying that this market is going up because uh, Prime Minister had meeting with a lot of FIIs. That was the first point where the statement from government came that they are very serious about the business. So that was the first thing. And if you see the kind of changes which is coming up in railway, the new project which Prime Minister, inaugurated in Kutch, the largest solar panel, solar electricity project uh, installed by Adani and this thing, Suzlon in Kutch. So all those things. Then came the statement from our finance minister saying that she is going to give the historical budget this year. When before just 2 weeks before the budget, the market started tumbling because they were not having the trust that what is going to come in the budget, because earlier also what her statements were there and what came out in the budget was something different. But fortunately, the budget may not be said to be very historical, not with drastic revolutionary change, but yes, there was no major changes in the budget in terms of taxes and duties and other laws. And from that angle, the budget was historical. It also accepted that yes, this year we will not be able to maintain the budget deficit, which they had planned earlier to be 3.4 or something like that. It was very clear that uh, government cannot maintain, because in such period government has to do more expenditure so that the money rolls over in the business and money comes to the people. Other thing was the kind of package which were declared by the government, and it was very clear from the package which was declared that government is not going to give anything free. What is happening, uh, leave aside what government agree of people, economically weak people, that they gave a lot of food grains and other supplies, but no benefit were given to businesses in terms of any free packages or tax reduction kind of thing. But yes, they released refund of the companies very quickly. They allowed the loan to be given without collateral to the company. So those who were really serious about the business, they would take it and they would start growing their businesses. So becoming self-reliant instead of relying on government to give some, kind of donation or packages, you become self-reliant, grow on your own, stand up on your feet, and do the business. And this was simply great, because if that would not have been done, the inflation rate would have been so huge that uh, people would have got trouble from all the sides. Already salary reduction were there because of the events coming into effect, lockdown, all those things. And over and above that, if the food inflation would have been increased, that would have, you know, created whole economic uh, turbulence. So all those things were showing that over a period of time, this situation will change. With opening of the lockdown, completely people came back into the businesses and started doing businesses, and they uh, again came back with that resilience. And therefore the kind of uh, resilience which has been shown in the economy, uh, coming back on the track, it is very clear that the moment this situation scenario becomes normal, we are going to be on a fast track of the growth. Lot of business, lot of investment is coming into the India, and therefore from that angle, over a period of time, not in 1 year, 2 year, in 3, 4 years period, we will see a complete change in the business scenario. And today they are on such a good growth track that Reliance itself is going to become a multinational company over a period of time. see, share market and big what is current. It says it has to be related with the future, and future is going to be bright, and therefore share market is growing, whereas people are feeling that they are finding the trouble.
Quite elaborative. So if I understand your points correctly, so आपने सभी dots को एक साथ join करके हमें पूरा explain कर दिया that GDP would be growing in future for sure. The steps taken by government are in the positive direction, और उन्होंने बोला हम free में आपको कुछ नहीं देने वाले हैं, आप आगे बढ़ो, कोशिश करो, मेहनत करो, we are there to back you up and support you, especially with cheap credit available for the players, right? And I think, I was speaking to someone a few days back, so he also told me that, manufacturing पे government का push बहुत ज़्यादा है इस बार. Already government is spending on infrastructure, right? So infra push है, manufacturing का push है, services में हम already बहुत अच्छी तरह lead करते हैं. So all those things I believe would eventually do good for the economy. And इसका एक सबसे बड़ा फायदा हमें ये होने वाला है कि स्टॉक मार्केट यूजुअली हम ये बोलते हैं कि इट्स फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग, राइट? जो हो गया वो उसके लिए पास्ट है. सो व्हेन मार्केट्स वेंट डाउन लास्ट मार्च, तब इसलिए शायद गया था क्योंकि वी वर नॉट अवेयर हाउ थिंग्स वुड वर्क इन लॉकडाउन. एंड वंस द क्लैरिटी केम इन, देयर वाज श्योरिटी दैट थिंग्स वुड इंप्रूव, कंपनीज वुड ग्रो, businesses would be back on their feet, and that's where the stock market starts to rise and rise and rise. And उसके बाद फिर गवर्नमेंट के जो अपने इनिशिएटिव्स आए, I think very 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 articulately put, Pradeep. Dharmishta, yeah, please.
What happened during this period also, we were able to manufacture vaccine also. Even we could, develop our own vaccine. Bharat Biotech developed its own vaccine. Even DRDO recently developed new drug to cure the COVID, and that was a marvelous. In the first time in the history of India, we could achieve this kind of success, which the whole world saw. Okay, so why people will not come and invest in country where these kind of possibilities are arising? So definitely a lot of benefit we have got because of resistance against China and our capabilities. Yeah, there are long way we have to go, but this is what the basic thing is, that because of which the share market is growing.
Very interesting, Pradeep. A lot of resilience in our country. I think ये जो हमारे अंदर इनबिल्ट है कि हम हर चीज को फाइट बैक करना जानते हैं, हम हर चीज को हेड ऑन लेते हैं और उसके बाद अपने एक्शंस को एक बहुत अच्छे तरीके से काउंटर कर सकते हैं. आई थिंक दिस मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस. Dharmishta, I have got another question for you. With so much of uncertainty, and especially if we see that there have been situations, news में बहुत है कि kids have lost both their parents, and there are a lot of orphans, which the number of orphans in India has increased, right? So how do you think the importance of wills, estate planning, succession planning works, especially, and the kind of importance they have in today's scenario?
Excellent question again. This has been the in thing nowadays, because before a year I used to make approximately 1 or 2 wills a month. Now if you ask me, it's a double digit. In a particular month in November, it's gone to 3 digits. Now, how is it that people are getting and waking up to ensuring that they secure their movable and immovable assets? That is estate planning. So estate planning is basically ensuring that I write down what is it that I need to transfer and to whom it should be transferred. Anytime in case there is a disability or a vacuum created because of my death in my business, what security have I done? So when we prepare a will, that is a document where all the movable and immovable assets are written and whom should it be transferred to. This gives a very smooth pathway to the persons who are going to be the legal heirs or the beneficiaries. Having said that, there are n number of stories I can share where estate planning is really very important. As you rightly said, there have been a lot of kids who have lost their parents, but they just don't know anything financially, because one is the emotional turmoil that's created and next is the financial turmoil. What if this happens to any one of us, are we secured? Are we as a family secured emotionally or financially? My point here is, please ensure that even on a simple paper, we write down our will. If possible, have expert guidance also. Ensure that in case of an uncertainty, my family doesn't have to look too far. It's all here. Have everything under one roof, that is on a consolidated portfolio, and ensure that we have enough of mediclaim insurance. And real and estate planning, as you said, is crucial, because if I have all the nominations, all the required documents well in place, the persons at the back end will just not have any problem. Will is another document that secures all my movable and immovable asset. Plan it well in advance, ensure that it's made in time, review it at every stage of life. Let's say maybe during a separation in the family, or maybe due to a death, or maybe if there is even a new joinee to the family. At every stage, it is important to have our estate planning done and our wills done. If in case everything is planned well, anything can strike in. Maybe a current situation like what we are going through, or it could be any of the 3Ds as I earlier mentioned. Everything is taken care by a person who is so-called the well-wisher of the family, and then the kids have no looking back. They just have to move ahead in life, and that too confidently.
So धर्मिष्ठा, एक बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग सा सवाल आया है मेरे माइंड में. आपने बोला कि ऑन ए सिंपल पीस ऑफ पेपर आप अपने सारे जो भी लिखना चाहते हो अबाउट योर एस्टेट प्लानिंग और विल्स आप उसको मेंशन कर सकते हो, स्पेशली अबाउट मूवेबल एंड इमूवेबल एसेट्स, राइट? सो एक मेरी रिक्वेस्ट ये रहेगी, पहला सवाल ये है कि आप एक बार viewers को explain कर दो what is immovable and movable assets, because I'm sure though people are educated but at times they forget these kind of simple points, right? Second, मेरा जो एक सवाल है वो ये है कि मूवीज में हमें जो दिखाते हैं कि उसमें एक बड़ा लॉयर आता है, सारी विम्स एंड फैंसीज उसमें दिखाई जाती हैं, राइट? और यू नो बीइंग मिडिल क्लास पीपल, मोस्ट ऑफ अस, हमें ये नहीं पता कि एक A4 साइज की शीट पे हम अपनी विल्स को और प्लानिंग को क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. कैन यू गाइड अस ऑन दैट आल्सो क्विकली?
Yes, definitely. Whatever are my movable assets, ornaments, some of my investments, immovable asset, my house, my office, my factory, anything that is under my name has to be written down on a plain piece of paper, ensured that the name is written well. मुझे किसको क्या देना है. Under insurance अगर आप देखोगे तो there is something as MWP Act also, where in case any of my insurance policy is stamped under MWP, Supreme Court cannot touch the proceeds of the insurance policy if it's stamped under MWP. Now this is a very vast subject, but if I was to just talk in simple 2-3 lines, the will, once you write down the movable and immovable assets, you just need to ensure that you write the name, who is going to be the beneficiary, have 2 nominees in place and an executor. If possible, yes, recent medical reports at the time of registering the will is important. Registering the will may or may not be a mandate, but then it is always suggested, such that if I make a new will, the earlier one gets nullified. So will is as easy as I said.
So अगर registration की आप बात कर रहे हैं तो is it court registered or is it notary kind of registration done?
There is a outlet, court registration, जहाँ पे there is an outlet which registers your documents, the will, and the process is done. So they will also take care of the legalities.
Wow. But मुझे लगता है मेरे पास एक simple answer है उसका.
बोलिए ना.
Go to DBS.
अरे.
I think that's more simpler.
Yes, we
Fantastic.
are always here, hand in hand, one-stop solution to all financial requirements.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the last one for you, Pradeep, for today. Uh, what is your outlook for the economy, especially till next general elections? हमने 2030 की बात की है, $5 trillion. हमने बहुत सारे न्यूज आइटम्स आ रहे हैं कि 2 लाख का शेयर मार्केट सेंसेक्स पहुंच जाएगा इन नेक्स्ट 10-15 years. बट अगर हम नेक्स्ट 1 से 3 years की बात करें, स्पेशली विद जब तक इकोनॉमी संभलने लगेगी, राइट, उस फेज में how do you think economy would be performing, especially till next general elections?
See, next general elections, I think, is in 2024.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, so whatever changes or the growth is going to come from 2022, because this year also has gone almost in this uncertainty. So I think that 2022 would be the year when we will be into two-digit GDP growth. That's what is being predicted. Even I am not an economist to answer it. Answer it. But yes, this is what is expected, and this is what is going to happen also, because a lot of things are happening from government side also, which only people who are there into the industry would be able to know that what government is doing in terms of giving the benefit to uh, businesses, and in turn how the businesses, if businesses grow, how the GDP is going to grow. So I am sure that what we are seeing right now, Sensex is around 52,000, 53,000, I suppose, and it will reach definitely up to 70,000, 75,000 mark in coming by 2024, or maybe more also, uh, because you don't know how fast we are going to grow. So as of now, this is what is the moderate uh, expectation that this is going to happen. Uh, we are seeing so much of foreign investment coming into India. Very recently, even the lithium battery plant is coming into Tamil Nadu, which will be a first of its kind in India, and that is going to give a boost to electric vehicles. So EV is going to be, the growth trajectory for our country. There are a lot of technological companies, technological innovations which are coming up, and new companies are coming into that area also. And just see how we are carrying out our webinar right now on technological platform, connecting 2-3 platforms, and that is how we are adapting to new changes, and these changes are going to come, and these changes are going to lift our life again to a new trajectory. So definitely you see that changes in the pharma company, you see the changes in technological companies, you will see next in food processing industry. Already food processing industry is growing like anything, and we are going to see again changes in the textile, chemical sector. So all sectors, government, as you rightly said, that government's thrust is on creating the manufacturing hub, manufacturing park. So those things are going to happen. Yes, there are, being a democratic country, certain things takes its own time, because it's not like China that okay, one party says and decides that this has to be done immediately, then it will be done. So that kind of thing is not going to happen. We are already stuck with land reforms, labor reforms. So the moment these land reforms and labor reforms will happen, we will be seeing a big revolution in Indian economic growth.
So as you have said that by 2024 you expect the economy to boom for sure, because at least 2021-22 तो हमें यहाँ से रिकवरी पे ही लग जाएगा, right? And so actually अगर हम इसको एक दूसरे words में देखें तो especially those people who have lost their jobs or who have been uh, having taken a hit on their salaries should expect कि आज शायद थोड़ा gloomy है but things look brighter, especially in the future, isn't it?
Uh, Yes, but you have to sharpen your skills, sharpen your, uh, you know, what you call knives, upgrade yourself. And unless you do that thing, things will be difficult for you, because uh, you know changes is going to be permanent. Nothing else is going to be permanent. So everybody has to change. Everybody has to start thinking in a out of box. That if it is not working this way, then how it can be work for self. Dharmishta knows how the changes has the moms club, uh, moms group which she is running, how much the change and the business has been done by that group, within the group itself. Okay, forget about anything else, within the group itself. When the male member of the family has lost job, or not able to do business, and females have taken up the responsibility of doing the business online in their group, and they have done marvelous job. So definitely things are going to, in this scenario also, people are doing their businesses. So nothing can stop unless we stop ourselves.
Fantastic. Uh, Fantastic job also, Dharmishta, from your side, especially about, bringing all the females together and they can be a great support to their family in these difficult times. So, any parting thoughts from your side, Pradeep, before we end up today's session?
I would suggest all the viewers that don't miss out on bootcamp of Rahul on fundamental analysis. Ultimately, that is the base of everybody's investment.
Yes.
People have to learn, not just based upon the tips, because the tips come without any information. If you are backed with information, you are backed with fundamental analysis, how to do analysis, what to be seen, how to be seen, then your confidence level will build like anything. It will give you a courage also, and courage has to be developed by ability to understand businesses very well. The moment you understand this, then you understand that risk taking is always necessary. You are going to earn like anything. And what Dharmishta said about alternate income, those alternate income can always be created out of it. And one more thing is that everybody has to start invest early, instead of waiting for time to we will make so much of money and then we will do investment. Instead of that, हमारे में एक कहावत है, मैं गुजराती में कहूँगा, हिंदी में भी है, लेकिन मुझे एकदम से याद नहीं आ रही है. टीपे टीपे सरोवर भराए, यानी with drop of water you can build an ocean. So start investment early, start doing your investment, be bold to invest and continue to invest, and that is only going to create financial independence. When even if you lose your business, uh, job or business is down, but there would be something else in your kitty which is going to take care of me. So continue investment, join bootcamp, uh, contact Dharmishta for all the investment possibilities, risk cover everything, and do the things.
Fantastic, Pradeep. आपने तो पूरा एक short में summarize कर दिया. That was lovely and superb. Dharmishta, any parting thoughts and any parting things which you would like to share with our viewers?
मैं तो
Especially
एक ही
about,
बात
I think you have got few events also lined up. If you would like to share details about those as well.
Yes. So Sunday we are coming up with a session on wills. So
Wow.
every Sunday we have a different topic aligned. Reason being because during the week we see that a lot of queries keep coming up on different topics. So we have a one-stop solution, and that is attending our seminars every Sunday on different topics. All I would tell the viewers is chai banana सीखो. Chai English में बोलते हैं tea. That is, have the thought, what do you want to create? Ensure that you get in with the right people who will give you the energy to take appropriate action, and there you are just creating miracles. So ultimately, money is only energy. Whatever I want to create, just put in on paper, energy and action will follow, and there you are just achieving the miracles of life, I would say.
थैंक यू सो मच धर्मिष्ठा. आई वुड डेफिनेटली रिमेंबर द टी वाला पार्ट. सो ये एक चीज है जो मेरे यहाँ यहाँ रहेगा. And thank you so much Pradeep and Dharmishta for your time. This is it for today, guys. Till our next session will keep coming, and thank you for, and the live stream ends now.